Good morning. What's up, people? Well, today I'm going to do a little something different. It's been a while since I've been on live, so I figured I'd say what's up. Today is the day before Black Friday, the quote unquote, Easter holiday, whatever, that the Catholics or the Christians celebrate because of the crucifixion of their Savior Jesus Christ. So today's video will probably be getting me yeeted off of YouTube once and for all. So if you're watching this, I just want to say thanks for watching. So without further ado, I want to jump right into the video, and I hope you're having a good day. I'm sick today. My son got me sick, so I'm taking an off day, which is fine. So anyway, here is the video. It's called 15 Reasons Why Jewish People Are Richer. So I'm going to get into it, and I'm just going to make a little commentary along the way. So again, thank you for watching. Without further ado, here we go.
It's an anti-Semitic video. It's an educational one, and we hope you'll learn something by the end. Throughout history, Jewish people have been perceived as being wealthy, but where did that rhetoric stem from? We know that...
That's true, right? Like, every time, you try to, swindle someone, you're like, hey, don't be a Jew, or stop trying to Jew me down, right? That's like a word that some people actually use. Maybe not you, but I've known to use it. And it's not that I'm anti-Semitic. It's just everyone has their own culture and their own ways about them, which is unique to the rest of the world. So it's not that I have hatred for them. I respect them. And, some of them are funny as hell. My best friend Gary is Jewish, supposedly. Okay, here we go.
Jewish people, like all people, have their wealthy, middle class, and their lower income group. So Alexers, today we're going to delve deep into this thought process. Welcome to Alex.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Number 1, Judaism and wealth. Judaism doesn't cast poverty as a sign of righteousness, as other beliefs might. Instead, they believe each person should avoid poverty and be gainfully employed to earn their own living. This is a fundamental value that has led to a good work ethic and a personal responsibility for each person earning their own keep. Jewish people also believe in giving. They believe that 10 to 20% of wages should go toward religious and charitable causes. However, they don't believe in relying on charity to lift yourself up, and certainly not to become a burden on the community. Growing up with this kind of mindset makes for a solid foundation to see success as the only option. Number 2.
Yeah, they don't see being poor as righteous, like Jesus. You must give away all your wealth into the kingdom of heaven. The Jews don't believe that. You're supposed to become fruitful, prosper, etc., with money, and help your friends out if they need help. Number 2.
European Jews couldn't own land. If you think anti-Semitism was only popularized in World War II, think again. Jewish people have had a tough history, including not being able to own land in Europe from as far back as the medieval times. But where there's a will, there's a way, so Jewish people found alternative ways to build their wealth out.
And that's amazing. A lot of people have been marginalized in America, the blacks, the Irish, the Italians, anyone who's ever came here, the Polacks, you know what I mean? Anyone who's ever come here. The English has marginalized almost every nationality, everyone that was different from them. So it's amazing that the Jews could not own property and still prosper. So it's a good lesson to learn if you're trying to become wealthy or just want to read a good story.
Side of property owning, one of them being merchants and traders, industries to this day where they still have a big footprint in most countries. This created a safety net for Jewish communities because where their services were needed, they were safe. Number 3, religious opportunity was taken. To Christians in the Middle Ages, charging interest was a sin. This prevented them from holding any type of financial job, leaving the opportunities in that field open to the Jewish community who did not see lending in the...
And that's probably the biggest one right there, that Christians and the rest of the other religions didn't believe in charging people interest, where the Jews were like, okay, we're going to get a piece of the profit. So that's probably where their affluence really comes from, is the ability to charge interest, kind of like the mafia or like the these central banks today.
Same way. Jewish people became prominent in money lending businesses. The Jewish people's early success in this lucrative business was a forerunner for many of the stereotypes we hear today of Jewish people. Number 4, opened the first banks. It was a hop and a skip from money lending to opening the first banks in Europe for the Jewish community. They could manage transactions, transfers, and day-to-day financial services, plus continue to lend money and charge interest with their strong background in finance. This was a much-needed service on a developing continent and helped to fuel further growth. But it wasn't.
And this is where the stereotype of the Jews got money originated, because they own the money. They're the bankers. They charge interest, and it just compounded. So this is where it all came from. And so, it's not really that far of a myth to say, the Jewish people got money. If you're listening to this video. Just as a side note, I'm celebrating my 14th day without alcohol. So I quit drinking, quit smoking cigarettes like 2.5, 3 years ago. I don't drink coffee no more. I used to drink coffee all the time. And so I'm just celebrating. Thanks for watching again.
All rosy. This success also led to jealousy, which fueled much of the anti-Semitic sentiment throughout the ages. Number 5, the most educated religious group. In 2016, the Pew Center released a study which listed Jewish people as the most educated religious group in the world. On average, the Jewish community receives 13.4 years of schooling. When it comes to post-secondary degrees, Jewish people hold 61% of the qualifications. What's more surprising is the vast difference between first and second most educated religions. Christians rank second most educated, but
say that the Jewish people are more educated. I believe that, but when you have more money to send your children off to school, you'd be foolish not to, right? That's just my theory.
Compared to the average of 13.4 years of schooling among Jewish people, Christians only rack up an average of 9.3 years at school. More credentials lead to a higher starting salary, and this immediately improves the financial status of Jewish people right out of university. Number 6, they look after one another. Perhaps it comes from a long history of being marginalized, or perhaps it's just inherent nature, but Jewish people have a deep pride in sharing their wealth to benefit their community. This mutual aid mentality.
And you'll see that with a lot of cultures, if they stick together, well, it's basically a survival mechanism. It's harder to survive on your own, because no man's an island. You need people to help you, friends, family, support mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, monetarily. So when you have a strong support group, it makes sense that you'd become more successful than the people that don't.
It's a part of their ethos and ensures that each member of the community is supported to enable them to succeed. If someone opens a new business, the community will rally around them to support it. If someone else falls on hard times, the community will try to help them out. Judaic law instructs that poor people are to be respected and protected. This strong focus on uplifting the whole community has meant that even shunned Jewish communities have managed to survive the hardest times by investing in one another. The idea of wealth is not just to accumulate wealth, which is seen as vanity. Wealth is seen as a means to an end to grow a community. It is highly frowned upon to not give generously to the social and spiritual needs of the community. Number 7, their religion teaches good business practices. The Torah and many Jewish philosophers, leaders, and writers have made it clear how Jewish businesses must operate. According to these teachings, there's absolutely no room for dishonest practices. Any deception, collusion, or price fixing against a consumer is known as ona'ah, which translated means oppression. Fleecing the consumer is seen as an oppression of their freedom.
I don't think that stands true to this day. I think they threw that law right out the window. Look at the interest rates. Look at the money manipulation, all the fraud, all the lies. I don't believe that one at all. It's good to say one thing, but to do another.
Knowing that you're going into business with someone who's inspired to good ethics by a higher power makes Jewish business people a very attractive business partner to many.
Maybe to other Jews, but if you're a Catholic and you're trying to partner up with a Jew, I doubt that'll even happen. I mean, birds of a feather flock together. You'll never see, and I mean, I'm going to say 99% of the time, you'll never see like some Irish dude working with a Jewish dude and vice versa. He's like, oh yeah, let's work with the Irish, you know? No, that ain't going to happen. Jews want to work with other Jews.
Number 8, resilience and perseverance are second nature. Despite extreme challenges, Jewish people have shown resilience throughout. It's woven into their fabric, and the focus remains on the spiritual and practical. With this resilience and perseverance, giving up is not an option. When things go wrong in business, which happens, there's no self-pity, but an attitude of, shit happens, let's figure out how to fix it. As author of The Money Code, Become a Millionaire with the Ancient Jewish Code, H.W. Charles wrote, "The Jews are known for their perseverance, and this is what helps them achieve their goals. Perseverance means continuous persistence in a course of action, a purpose, in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement." Number 9.
That's good advice. I think they teach that in business school. Patience, practice, perseverance. So, you know, it's if you want to get something worthy in life, especially like monetary fortune, you know, you're gonna have to go through your trials and tribulations. No one's gonna hand it to you, and if you do, you're just gonna blow it anyway because you didn't properly earn it. So, perseverance is a strong character trait that you should have if you're trying to accumulate mass amounts of moolah.
9. Good financial education taught over generations. JC got a lot of pushback for his comments on Jewish people in his track, The Story of OJ. The controversial line was, "You want more important than throwing away money at a strip club? Credit. You ever wonder why Jewish people own all the property in America? This is how they did it." It was seen by many experts as reinforcing the stereotype that Jewish people have some kind of global control of property and banks. However, Jay-Z defenders saw it as a shout-out to Jewish success and a hint to the Black community to follow similar business ventures and invest in each other. The kind of generational knowledge and market confidence in the areas of finance and property that the Jewish community has.
Remember, white people, it's okay for Black people to support themselves, but if a white person supports another white person, it's oppression, okay? Remember that, okay? Get it through your mind. You're not allowed to help another white person. You got to help Black people, okay? Okay, pay attention.
As is enviable, no matter who you support. Number 10, parents teach their children the value of money. In many households, speaking openly about finance is taboo. Parents try to protect their children by not sharing if they're having financial troubles, or if they're wealthy, displaying that it's okay to splurge. By using 5 jars, many Jewish parents teach their children how to be money-wise. Each jar is labeled tithe, giving and offering, saving, investing, and spending. Children are given 10 shekels, and the child puts 1 in the tithe jar, 1 in the giving and offering, 1 in the savings, 2 in investing, and 5 in spending. The giving jar is opened up on Sundays. The tithe, which means 10th in Hebrew, is opened at the end of the month. The savings is opened on special occasions, and investing is only opened when full. Parents don't intervene, and the child is responsible for the money. But the children learn from their mistakes and take ownership of their decisions.
That's one advantage that they have because I wasn't taught about money basically at school, you know, elementary school. Well, even in business school when I went, they didn't really teach you about money. I mean, only one class I could say was wasn't economics. What the hell was it? I don't know, like where they teach you how to balance a checkbook. I guess it was like home ec or whatever the hell. So that was about the only class. Your parents don't teach you, schools don't teach you. So you're just like out there with your money and not knowing what the hell to do with it. And that's an advantage that the Jews have over the regular goyim.
Number 11, wealth is managed effectively. Sages of the Talmud, the lives, sayings, and stories of 400 rabbinic masters, a book written by Mordecai Javoditz, is a great read. You can also hear it on Audible, and it shares many words of wisdom, including how to manage money with spiritual motivation. The book also touches on finances and diversification. What diversification means is that capital is allocated in a way that doesn't expose too much to one particular risk or asset, but rather spreads it out to reduce the risk. To sum it up in its most basic form, don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
Oh, nice. Got a freaking advertisement here. Awesome. I love it when content producers put an ad right in the middle of their fucking. Unbelievable. Something Roach Eli would do.
Number 12.
Yeah, diversification is good. That's a fact. Should be diversified.
Networking is important. Hey, Luxers, we all know how networking opens doors and business opportunities, and only by actively engaging with others can we grow our business and wealth. People do business with those they know, trust, and who are genuine. With Jewish communal life, there is ample opportunity to network. The Sabbath, synagogue, and Jewish celebrations help to build long-lasting relationships, both business and personal. Number 13, look at the past to plan the future. Hey, Luxers, we've all heard the saying, history repeating itself. The Jewish community are aware that any circumstances arising now are not new. By looking at similar situations that have happened in the past, it's easier to make better business and...
History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. And some things run in a cycle. It's called cyclical economics. So, yeah, if you before you invest in anything, I would suggest you do some homework on it. Most of the stuff that I've done, I've learned from YouTube. Watch guys like Peter Schiff, Gerald Salente, Jaspreet Singh, Daniela Camboni, Ray Dalio, Jeremiah Babe, Johnny Bravo, A-Luxers, Betterment Business, just to name a few. You know, if you want to go in and give it a look. And I take notes on a lot of this stuff. If you go through and look at my, like how many hours I spend a day researching all this stuff. I mean, even when I go for walks, I'm listening to this shit in my walk, like my Walkman, whatever, right? Like my phone plus the headphones, right? I go to my Walkman. I'm still listening to that stuff. So I'm really on a path to try to do this. I'm getting there. I'm getting closer to where I want to be. I'm using any influence, any feature I can, and trying to incorporate it all together. So thank you for listening to me rant.
Financial decisions for the future. Patterns repeat themselves. Wealth is gained by learning those patterns or trends, understanding market cycles, and gaining a foothold on worldwide currency. Kelso Kierkorn, author of The Secrets of Jewish Wealth Revealed, beautifully writes, "Until now, your money has told you what to do and how much to work. Now you're going to turn that around. You'll learn how to tell your money what to do and how much to work for you." Number 14. Advice from one of the richest. Mark Zuckerberg was raised in a Reform Jewish household. He had a Star Wars-themed bar mitzvah. He was just 19 when he started Facebook in 2004. Zuckerberg says he's become more religious since becoming a father and often dispenses great advice for up-and-coming business leaders. He says, "Some people dream of success while others wake up and work hard for it." To help you along your financial journey, we highly recommend you watch our video, 10 Life Hacks That Actually Work, where we explain an interesting concept called Parkinson's Law. Check it out. Number 15, the simple truth. Hey, Lux.
So this is on alux.com. So this is fair use for entertainment, education, aka edutainment. So thank you for watching.
It is true, there are a lot of Jewish people that are rich, but it's also true there are a lot that are poor. The same goes for every other person, Jewish or not. The Torah does teach beautiful principles for success in life, which we can all learn from. Self-learning, education, and a hunger to learn will set you on the right path to becoming financially secure. Rebbetzin Dana Weinberg, Orthodox Jewish Rebbetzin and founder and dean of Ayad College of Jewish Studies for Women in Jerusalem, shares advice we can all take in. There are no problems, only opportunities for growth. Well, A-Lectors, what lessons can you take away from today's video? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And for sticking with us until the end, here's your bonus. There's a long history of why Jewish people and money have been portrayed the way they have been. So it's up to us to stop fueling these stereotypes. We need to speak openly about our differences, privileges, and historical legacy. We need to educate ourselves and acknowledge the journey that Jewish people have undertaken. Until next time, Alaxers, remember to click subscribe for more what comes to mind? Religious.
Well, there is a lesson to be learned here throughout all the adversity that people, race, nationality, religion, etc., have gone through. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not all desperation. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you do, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I've been making videos for 4 years. Of course, not all the videos have been like this one. I used to get just trash and talk mad junk about people, call people out on their bullshit. But now I'm on a different path, and I don't make as many videos as I once did, as I used to. Because it's not really economically viable for me. If you would like to leave a donation, I'm at #Alone Capone on Cash App. If you'd like to drop a donation, I'd appreciate it to keep me going. Otherwise, I'm just doing my thing. I'm hitting the weights. I'm working. I'm investing my money, staying sober, and trying to rebuild my life. So for everyone who's going to watch this in the future, I appreciate it. Stay strong. Stay smart. Keep doing your homework. Don't give up. Take care. All right. I love you guys. You have a good one. Peace.